Hey there, what's good people? It's your boy Pacman, Mr. 925. Intambo yomtlakasi, waitinti zochokega. Welcome to yet another episode of the People's Journal, where authentic stories are told by real people. Ba, 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 ba. Now, I'm a bit excited about this particular episode as because I am joined by one of the legendary DJs abasekaslami. This is someone like who I aspired like or looked up to when like I was looking into getting into the entertainment industry, and this is also someone who's been like very pivotal in terms of like my studying career, like someone I would reference or someone like in inboxer, asking, hey, how do you start a Facebook page? How do you organize an event? Or like what makes an event successful? And he's been very friendly and free in sharing your information, so I'm really excited that today we are finally getting this opportunity to get to slide pants and just get to hear our uncle's story. He's a legend. He's a DJ. He's a humble soul. He's a pillar to so many of young and old DJs, and I think like he's a big inspiration to most of the young kids that are coming up and aspiring to be young DJs in the hood. And he goes by the name of DJ 14, or some would say 1-4. Uncle. But I call him Uncle. Godman Uncle, how are you?
I'm super done.
It's been Gunin is lowest phone with you riding like delay.
Fun.
Yeah. Now and then like I mean even Namanje we're supposed to be recording 11. But as usual you're a busy guy. Yeah, so welcome to the People's Channel. Sure.
I'm going host.
On. So I mean I think it would only be fair to the audience to just start by breaking it down with DJ 14. Obviously DJ 14 is your nickname.
Sure.
Right, so maybe mangacalela nje ukuthi okay, who's DJ 14 ubuya kuphi, and then like how then did you come or decide ukuthi like you want to become a DJ?
Alright, they peg DJ 14 mfana uZanani Shabalala.
Sure.
I was born and raised Zola. From Zola ngasuka Zola ngeza kayi.
Sure.
Bangifika kayi Shapika State belingakabi kasi
the way
nezinto izinto ezibhabe sizibonela kada ikasi ngizwa ngokuvakasha edladeni ama parents aqeda ukumuvela kayi yathwala.
Sure.
So only to find out.
No, it's fine.
Hey. Mapanga. Yeah.
Stress.
Showman bag.
Yeah. So like as I was saying, Guti. So as I was saying, like Guti, is it recording? Sure. Yeah. No, but it's okay because I think that's the thing in Itanda in your podcast that you can be free.
Alright.
So you were still telling us about like obviously ubuya Zola ufike ngaye emakasana and ikasi belingokubi busy
bengakabi development ebhaya mfana.
Sure.
So as music wise.
Sure.
Sharp besifika sibone izinto zenzeka ne.
Sure.
But izinto ezi grand sharp sisikhombe kasi mostly besiye Soweto ukuthi mawubona izinto ubona ama final kayiye kasi sonke into nje abe kuyi way back mfana
njengano
don't pick up yo sebabamba abo DJ lo bazodlala bhek.
So mawungada eZola, like do you come this side already so ne background of DJ yokudlala, or like how do you like, because ngifuna uku understand ukuthi like yona le passion yokudlala like iqale kanjani iswe because obviously ngada expose yabona ukuthi okay ama-hotman now ayadlala in 1-2 but mawufika ngayi then how do you then become this DJ like that you are kalava?
Alright, that's mangifika kayini.
Sure.
Amachida enkuluma nawo kada one sound wayenza sound higher.
Sure.
Kwama musician ngiyathola.
Sure.
Manje i sound higher yabo siya safari ngayi amagig wabo obaba musician ba-perform ama-performance abhaya.
Sure.
So thina sidecide-ke nezinye out-ke ngoba lezi into bekunasofaka ekusaseni Chiskop ne.
Sure.
Amajita ambe ngibloma nawe zona.
Aber Chiskop.
Yeah, Chiskop.
Yeah, sure.
Everything mayisuka iqala nama-posters asakhona la.
Sure.
Nama-cassette kusase-cassette banginika thola.
Sure, okay.
So mayiqala la mfana i-outhami the late Busiso nje kwa-SP. Ingibuza ukuthi indoda wena yabona naku siyasipana ndo yathola. Wena tune next sharp ngiyakubona uyancanya le nto music yathola. What about wena ungangeni ke sikugelezisa ukudlala la?
Sure.
So manje kube ile outhami SP nenye uThemba ithi le out yobe iona kakhulu isound le beyibhizi kakhulu isound yathola.
Sure.
Only to find out ukuthi Chiskop babhizi kakhulu sebayithatha nayo. Iyo bayidansa khona la.
Sure.
Ingithathe ke isigelezisi bayingelezisa ke ngiloko ngiyaphusha yabona.
Sure, okay.
Shapa angazi next angazi final ukuthi utholakala lapho ubona nje kunamafanele agcwele.
Sure.
Ayi ngizame ke pheki ke yabo mangifika ekhasi VV kune party basibanisa sound assembly.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Kada sisibanisa sound different kayi ama-party and kuyagcwala kayi.
Yeah.
Just in the engekho current sounded poor. Ne-access yezinto bafuna le number lezi zidlalwa labantu yathola.
Sure.
Mina ngibe expose kuzo kada yabona.
One connection.
Kada yabo angidecide ukuthi hayi man hayi why nami ngazami ngicheck ukuthi labantu basipanisani ke.
Sure.
Ngizama inyuku ke. Ngithi ngibanda inyuku ke sengiloko ngiyageleza kada ngiza ngokuzovakasha ngiloko ngiyabheka situation yabo. Ngiyabona bebakhona abo DJ kayibani. Bekubani umbobo if ngikhumbula grand.
Ubani DJ?
Mbobo. If ngikhumbula grand.
Sure.
Ezinye abo sporo zalenga sesipana abo bani kodwa lenye. Spiwe something like that.
Sure.
So these are machida abhizi ne but standard saba zababhayizisa.
Yes sir.
Bamina ngibheka ngibheka imbobo ke ngiyabona la bangifuna ukuthi crossela abantu ngithola ama gigabyte.
Yeah, vele wenze so.
Angifuthi final.
Sure.
Sengiyaqalela ngibeka inyuku bangifundisa South Africa ise-Orange Grove angiyazi ndoda. Ayaya lapha ke mawuthi angithi ama compilation abo fresh.
Sure.
Awuthi uyafika uzothenga lapho ubona ufresh. Hey. Nala uthi mase sijavela ingoma zakhe.
So ba exposed.
Uyathola?
Yeah.
Mara nakhona ngithi uyasha ukukhuluma nabo labantu. Shap uhamba umuntu uyokufakaza.
Sure.
Uyowazi izinto angeke uphaphe nawo. So uhambe uyaphapha ukukhuluma nabantu. Hayi ngingitshengise la ukuthi amafinala athengiswa la kwenzakala so.
Sure.
Bangise Jozi kwenye indawo yama sound A1 sound. Kama humate sasa khona nanu.
Sure.
Angicheke la bangitshengisa ama turntable.
Sure.
Ngithenga ama turntable ngiphanda yabo lay-by. Shit ngilay-by mixer lay-by mangithi hayi mixer mfana 3 months to pay.
Yeah.
Anginanyuka idliwe mix. Shit ngama final nyana ethu. Lezana zingayile la waze kwaito lezi Chiskop.
Sure.
Ayisanyabona stress mix idliwe. Yo sengifaka inyuke engaka.
Yes sir.
Ayizani ngirelax empana. Nabo mangithi lucky ngithole singisipani somewhere. Spani sokuqina. Ngithathwe enye ibrayambe ispane virgin active. Beyibloma year next to yami. Spane virgin active be fitness instructor thola.
Sure.
Itazwakala ka.
What year is that?
Yo mfana ngizakhumbula way back mfana.
Not even from 2000.
Oh,
from 1919
something la yabo. Lawuthi ngithatha izwakala.
Sure.
Ithi ungaqina. Ngithi sure. Hayi banqande ezwakala training ngibangena. Yabona ke manje igoli lami la kube ukuthi yabona no mangisipana yi.
Yeah.
And manje nokuhlangana nabo doctor nani abantu abajima la.
Yeah.
Nabanye abo DJ bakuma radio station nokuhlangana nabo. Bekusaseni.
Khona
Head record ya change abe virgin active yasona.
All right.
Ayisani ngiyabona pheki. Enye ngitshela idawo. Ufuna ukuphelela yi. Ehlekini patient yakho. Angitshela idawo. Machaza ukudla imali uthama. Yazenza kanjani? Zibonela igoli lakho ukuthi uzo-achieve range.
Sure.
Yabo pheki mangilonga isipana first month ngiyabona. Ayilawuthi le mani yangihlaba amagama ayo. Kayingina into engincanywayo. Amana lenyuku lengisipana ngibe ne-target.
Sure.
Ukuthi noma ngasipana 6 months ke contract iphela.
Maro yazi ukuthi usebenzela.
Ngiyibhayisayo.
Sure.
Angibhayiwe la sound akudala besingakazi next angithi
Yeah.
awutshani besound. Ukuthi khona iphushe. Angibhayi mfana ke.
Sure.
Angithi ngine-access enyuku manje angisathukanga ngibeka inyuku ngihambe ngiyebheka into ukuthi malini ngihambe mangiyolebha mhlawumbe ngishode maybe nge-2 clip kuphela ngiyazi angeke ngizodliwa nge-2 clip ngifake inyuku angalibhayi isound kancane kancane yabo ngaba nesound-ke
Sure.
kwaba nenye out beshaya iphathi bekuney'tokfela bebazirana kanje
Sure.
e-Fine Town nase-Maximel yabo hayi babashaya lezi zinto lezi letokfela lezi mpanda yazi ngithuneni
Sure.
ngiringe nale out le kuda man bafethu manje itokfela zenza round manje thina
So seyingena ngey'tokfele.
uyathola bengizothuna kanje ngoba yiyo into bezongifaka ngithi bayi-rounder nokudlalela lo ngayi udlala omunye ongayi kuza nabanye abantu bakwamanye amakasi a-different.
Sure, okay.
Lapho-ke bayakubona ukuthi wenzani kwenzakalani abanye banokukubhuka yathola ngibangene kanjalo ngesitokfela azi yabona mangiye kakusasa bayavuka kayiye ekasi bayakhala ubonile u-14 u-14 udlala ngefinali.
By that time sebayakwazi ukuthi u-14.
Igama nje le gama nakhona ngilithola nje ediskini. Bengidlala ediskini ngitshela ivalo bengiswalo sanda.
Akaze kucabangele ngediskini.
Bengidlala mfana phela manje yazi kwenzakalani lapha yana njengoba ngisediskini kanje ngiku-under 19 ne.
Sure.
I was the shortest. Ngidlala nezilanga.
Sure.
Bayabona le-coach yethu le mayise example ikhomba lezi ezilanga thothi zabhayiza la ground. Nina nabhayiza ngazohlula umntwana 14 years. Ngidlala kanjalo.
Right. Now we know. Yeah.
La ikasi sharp ngu-14 amajida angazi mangifike e-14.
Sure.
Lihlale kanjalo ukuthi hayi wena u-DJ 14 manje.
Okay.
Ngidlale ke dokfeleni yabo sekwenzakalani. Sengiba expose ngayi.
Sure.
Lezi amajida ziluza amagigi lezi amakhaseti angetsona zifuna bezingakafuni ka-break.
Wena uze ngevinali.
Mina ngiza ngento different le abayibona le fair.
Sure.
Sometimes nokujump e-TV uyathola.
Yeah.
And then e-YFM ke ngaso sikhathi besangena ichisa amavinali uyathola. So wena ungaluza kanjani ke ibetli ke ku-Wolf ke ngayo.
Yes.
Yabona like ngitshele ngitole kanjalo mina ke ukuze ngibe expose ngiqale ngithola amagigi.
Sure.
Kube nama-party ke kayi ama-Sweet 16. Ungene ka ngipush ma 21st yabo ngathini almost ekasi manje ngikhulisile mina kayi
var
almost
from like inkathi amabheshi
amabheshi ngibone ngiyikope ngayibona kade ayilokishini bayenza ibheshi ne mabenza kade ekasi ngayibona nangaye Fine Town khona bake bayithune 3 days 3 days something like 3 days.
Sure.
Ngabheka ama-weak point wabo ukuthi sanibona benza kanjani babhayizava kwenzakalani. Ngaqala e-1 ke nakhona isekeli silifusa nabo banamajida legazi.
Sure.
Back then sithuthane ke ama-posters azenziwa kanjani.
Sure.
Sithatha into sibhala ngesandla. Asabhala ke.
And ubuya fair yo.
Asabhala ukuthi uzothi bela ukope kawo. Asabhala ngesandla safoster ke lapha but asaphusha yabonga ukuthi Elvar ngiphusha amajida mina.
Sure.
Hayi ukuthi ngiziphushile mina yabona ivar leader.
Sure.
Yiko ngana zinto zamakwali azisebenzi. If ngikhona ukunceda umunye umuntu wami mina ngakhona ukunceda umunye umuntu
var.
Uyathola.
Sure.
Sifake ke pheki ke first page ke sishala.
Do you remember the first year like Maosha your first event? Igama layo.
Actually 19 and up besibhale
street bash.
Nakhona ama 99 bekusavula bo-Willow
Sure.
Sibangene namajita phethe amajita sikasi isihlange esibhabhayo sambe sawuplaka lamaphepha esiwabhale ngezandla yabo asaziniki ngekuthi wenzakalani e-Fine Town. Hayi safaka pheka ayisiye sifaka only to find out mbana you 10 out yakhona
massive
yabona ukuze kuthulwe nale dladla besiplake kule sound.
Sure.
Utamthimane la khona nazathuka taye cima lento lezi movie sound ke angagcwele ndoda
tidy
ele switch sound bele sikuke izinto sisikuke sisiza kubo boy sithi kanolidla ka boy last minute ayolidla ka boy alizwele ngesiphethe u boy asaseyidwana siphethe ankela lishasha olida asiplan asiqhubeke mfana ngokutshele that was born u-14 kulawo mabheshi ke.
So that's
yabona ukuthi manje ngibone sana bola ziyenzeka izinto.
Sure.
naligama le-expose abantu sibayalazi igama kunjanjani
Sure, okay.
first batch azange kuliwa azange kwenzakale next yonke into ibe thebelele yabo
Yeah.
qale-ke yabo sengithola amaphathi-ke abantu abazela sebangijampile abanye sebayafuna ama-21st
Sebayakubhuka manje
ama-16 yabo sengikhona ukudlala nge-Springbok
Yeah.
inadeli naseloli
Naseloli.
phela ngithi bekuhlangana nabantu ababhayi beyigele like bekuneyigele Southview lo meet LSS
Yeah. And those people like they come from different classes. Yeah.
yathola nabanga-EFM yathola
Sure.
yabo sengithola yonke into-ke
Sure.
sengiyabizwa-ke
Yeah.
akala sekuno-DJ 14.
It's funny when you say like igama lakhe, that's when like in terms of DJing reputation yakho, you like was given birth from like Leo party there.
Yeah.
Because like Tina, mostly we had assumed with like people started knowing you because there was this thing with like DJ 14 and Soul Candy. Yeah, so like it's Soul Candy because we assumed okay, mhlambe bogeleze Soul Candy, and then from Soul Candy that's how you became this guy that you were, because back in the days we know ukuthi Soul Candy like was known. We brand the road and every
South
DJ.
Africa
Yeah.
yaba ne-Soul Candy party yaba abungdlula ilebuli South Africa yathola.
Oh, so now do you get with Soul Candy after like so logo pop out from these other gigs?
Yeah.
What happens like go Soul Candy? Do you get connections to be there, or like as you going around nje you find yourself now so Soul Candy or Africa?
Soul Candy mfana ithi ngibheke yabo first vinyl ngalithenga South Africa.
Sure.
First vinyl ngalibhaya South Africa ngalikhumbula.
So in South Africa begwini like iskola or begwi like shop?
Shop yama vinyl.
Oh, okay.
Wabo DJ, all the DJs from Alexandra everywhere bahlangana da bekuyiyo grand shop ngathini i-head office yayonke yabo DJ hub yabo DJ bonke yathola.
Yeah.
So it's like we are lana da ucava ezinye izinto yathola.
Sure.
So Soul Candy ngikuze nge-Soul Candy there was music ebengufuna bangi-House Africa ngithula.
Sure.
The only thing only to find out there's a new shop, there's a new label that is open. Soul Candy. Abo angenzeni iSoul Candy angiyazi kuphathi seRosebank. Angiyazi nale Rosebank.
Sure.
Angivanye ubhayi city. Le yakambuso, yaka DJ Mbuso. City lokuqala ngisazi beli. Yelani konje. La DJ Mbuso mara.
Throwback.
Angisazi lana le city ngibhayile lo city le.
Yeah.
Just to funi address. Yabo.
Sure.
Ngibhayile lo city, sengiphethe lo city le Soul Candy.
Sure.
Sharp ngiyadlala la abantu belincane yathola.
Yeah.
Only naloku upush i-YFM iphusha inamba ezibhayi. I-YFM
umameli i-YFM
bese ufuna music yathola.
Okay.
And lo music ngofunayo ukule city le engithengile. Phela bekwama like bongekho like bekungasama vinyl kwathi bebalimixile yathola.
Bebayenza
ama-compilations yathola. Mina ngifuna a full length.
Okay.
Ngizokhona ukuzilalela grand ebantwini nge-compilation uzomixa kanjani.
Lapha ndlala ngama-vinyl vele.
Ama-vinyl yabo ne-CD player yini yaku-CD kangeni.
Yeah.
Isas-expose le yathola.
Yes.
Ayizathi manje ngiyabona Soul Candy ngibamba itaxi.
Sure.
Angizele mfana ngihamba ngiyi-1. Yazi. Ngiyabuza udriver angithatha ngibeke.
Ihanga le kwisana Soul Candy.
Uzwenzani mfana? Phela manje ngithi sosebantwini.
Sure.
Abantu sokudemand ku.
Sure.
Abantu expect ukuthi ube nomusic omusha,
Sure.
ube nenamba
Sure.
abazincanywayo.
Sure.
Ngiye back. Ngiyi-clubs. Ngena ngazi next nakhona yabona.
Yeah.
Ayi Tebs uyambona nangu DJ Mbuso lo we-compilation leyo wena. Nangu DJ Banibando onokumusa eradweni.
Yeah.
Bekusathi i-YFM, ngiyabona i-YFM nabo isasekhona la.
Sure.
Yabo mawude nangu umonde hey. Umonde lo DJ Mondo lo dlala kwaye.
Yeah. Uye lo.
Yabo ayi ngiyabona ayi ngiyafika ngiyasintroduce introduction yabo mina bengiziringela. Hayi varli da mina bengasabukhulu bengiziringela.
Sure.
Ngimusha angazi next.
Yeah.
Ngifuna izinto ezigrand bangitshele ngale ndawo ngakuthenga i-CD nani ukuze ngize ngifike yini. Ngangithola amajita grand.
Yeah. And I feel like it's one of the things ukuthi like most of us like young people esishota ngazo like that hunger, you know, ukuthi siyasaba ukuthi sitshela abantu ukuthi angiqave next, you know, most of us these days we like ngathi siyazi yonke into, you know.
Ngathi ivareli da
Yeah.
mina ngiziringela ngibatshela mina ngazi next bafethu. Just ngifuna ba grand ngomusic. and ngifuna inamba ezigrand for abantu yathola
Sure.
leyo ngithathe zingibeke ukuthi amamela hayi lo mayi yawuthamba yabona la kwenzakala kanjani
Sure.
that day keep those times keep 100 rand bakunika inaliti bakutshengisa ama-turntable bakukhethela ama-vinyl istaff esisho esifikile
Sure.
maybe ama-vinyl 10 bakutshela ukuthi mamela kula ma-vinyl 10 uzochuza kuwo whatever izwa ukuthi wena right if uyabhayiza sizokubonisa ukuthi uthathe ini
Sure.
ngibangene kanjani nami ngisibukela itafula but take your time ungathathela isikhathi umamele yabo nayi le ngoma ngizwe kuwhy ngibeke esayidini
Yeah.
nayi le angiyazi ngathi imnandi ngibeke esayidini
Yeah.
yathola manje uyobhadala lapha ningikhethele la lithi lawa i2 right wakhethile lawa so thatha lawa hamba udlala uzobuya ungitshele istaff sethu sifika ngamalanga ingitshela amalanga istaff esifika ngayo
Sure. Sure.
ukuthi ama-vinyl afika ngesikhathi so wena if kune-shipment enje zwakala ngiye mfana ngibheke ngincenge yabo senginamagigi ngi-expose
Yeah.
the only thing eyenzakalayo inamba ngibasha ngayo bayosayifuna labo DJ
Bama-cassette.
khona mina sengivithi izinto mfana
Ubahambele phambili.
angibavayele phambili yabo akutshela ayinto yakufaka angibavayele phambili mfana angiye mfana
Yeah.
yabo mangilongiphusha-ke sharp soku-14 ngigcwele yonke indawo yathola sengine-sound haya ngiyaphuma ngiyodlala yathola
Sure.
awusiphushe bheke yabona lapho mangilongiphusha-ke only to find out eSolkhendi uHlodo ngize ngihlangana noHlodo umngani kabhuti wami yabo mangitshela ubhuti wami adama eSolkhendi kunabantu abaso wena hamba umtshele ukuthi
Umuntu
ubani ubhuti wakho so mangifika lakhi mfana ngimtshela uHlodo angithatha angibeke egrand
Yeah.
yabo angitshele-ke yabo sebangitshela ama-secret amamela thama lana kusokuma-final awufuni ingoma ngoba uyizwe ikhale radio yathola
Yeah.
you can get the track uyidlale 6 months
Yeah.
ingakangeni naseradweni
Yeah.
ingene after 6 months eradweni nakuma-compilation ingakangeni
Bona baphethe ama-exclusive.
yathola ngithi ama-shipment ayatshintshana
Okay.
France
Sure.
ama-producers abhayo yathola
Sure.
kanjalo mfana yabo manje sengithola leyo secret wena kanti umuntu lokujampa izinto kanje
Yeah.
phela urecord bawuthi ufuna ingoma esobathi ayikho ezaloba frustrated yabona
Yeah.
kanti ingoma engene 6 months back
Esa.
ngoba sesizwe i-popular radio sesiyafuna
Yeah.
yathola
Yeah. Yeah.
ayizani yabona ukuthi umuntu bekaloku abhayiza mani
Eish.
just yabona ilakho abanye abantu bakhona abantu abagrand khona abantu abangekho grand
Yeah.
ifani la
Yeah.
hayi ngibonise out mfana khethela inamba ngithathele ngibekele
Sure.
ithi nayi top 6 thatha kule top 6 angwine kanjalo ke uphushe-ke phela ngibhizi ngitempela kayi angibatempela ke-final bongekho ngenze tax bongengenze amfela unikwa ama-producer
Yeah,
ama-compilation
yeah.
ubani
Yeah.
ngibatempele kube nabanye bo-DJ-ke khane abantu baba-interested bayabona le nto le kusho ukuthi ngayeka siyaphusha ngoba bothi ubone bengiyi-1 ngitshela ivari kayi phela ngidlale manika silonke mani back maximena fine town yonke Springbok
Ngiyakhumbula
all corners yabo
Yeah.
yabona into yangiphusha kakhulu yamabheshi ngicabange-ke okay masekuso amabheshi ngiyenza ngoSeptember ngiyenza nange-31st ngiyenze agrow yabo every September ibagrow mfana
Because obviously
it's
September and December, like those are like the festive months vele.
ayagrow abafethu ayagrow yabona sengiskima nabanye bo-DJ bayeza abafuna ukuzodlala ngiyafaka i-line up yaphela ngithi kudala bona ukudlala uyi-1 the whole night
Yeah. So akunama-social media, kunani.
udlala uyi-1 the whole night mfana
Yeah.
on first baba 6 to 6 udlala 6 until ngo-6 ekuseni one man
I guess then that explains.
awunamuntu okurelivayo
Yeah. Useshifting one man.
uyabona yabo lokhu igrow uyafunda ezinye izinto amajita ezama nosifana for i-hour nyana or 2 hours yabo makazile umuntu anganandaba ngizidlalele iset yami ngizidlalele ngiyabona phela nami uyangireliva mfana
Yeah. Now
ngimekele adlala uDJ ngendlela akafu udlala ngayo
Sure.
yathola ngoba kumelanga ujaji umuntu whatever afila kwidlala into yakhe yathola
Sure.
angiphushe ka yabona ukuthi mangigrowa kanjani ngokudonsa amanye amajita asondele eduzane kwami yabo awuthi mawuyiphathe grand kuwe iringa ngawe ebantwini grand ngabe nginomuntu osongithathile ngadlala what singabo DJ saskimana
yeah
nalo utshela umngani wakhe yabona seseza siyahlangana siyarecruitana ukuthi amani mawune 21st sicela usibize la
sure
nathi masina something sokubiza ushaya isethi kanjalo
sure
yaba kanjalo yagrow mfana nangiloko ngidlala ngahlangana noSizethu
because ngithi ngizokubuza ukuthi like value sizedubane and like kuze kanjani ukuthi obviously nani nigcine because you went from being this solo DJ obeka operator one man to now being this brand esiyaziyo today which is 14 no CZ right this group so like ubani uCZ and how does it come about the relationship yenu in terms of like nigcine senifika in terms of okay sesodlala c2
sure uSizethu awuthi yaseDK
sure
ubani uSizwe George Maphanga azazi lezi
asizazi again and that's why sinama podcast so
kumele abe yina
yeah
sihlangane kuSizwe bekashaya amabhesh keda
so naye bekuyinja ngale
side South Africa bekuye
yeah
so yena bekunomchayisa ama record bar yabona ngingaka mazifanduze yabo
naye lokaphanda njengawo
siyaphanda sithi uyathola on to find out lo muntu uhlala ngayi
eSouth
asihlangane noSizwe banginvitile nginvitwe nyawuthi angayiye fine town
sure
ukuthi azwakale khona uthi naye eshama gig la ngifuna nihlangane nawe udlale naye yabona ngicela ukuthi ngizwakale uma ngifika naye out ibe grand yathola tshela ngena mfana nangi ngishama gig
sure
ngihlangane noSizethu ke sijoinane kanjalo yabo sesingamabade yabona makuvela amagigis bekusangena angisazi lamafoni lawa akudala ama Motorola mangena amagigi yamfonela if nginayithu esizwe mfana nali gigi ngapha nami nginelinye igigi angeke ngodlala wethu wena nayi enyuku ukhuluma nabantu bakhe enyuku mara ngithi uyazi usicharge kanjani naba abantu bakhuluma naye athatha isound ayuspan naye makana amagigi se exchange na kanjalo
sure
ibe kanjalo ke yabona manje sifika ukuthi sizodlala egigini l1c2 sesijwayele mina nasesijwayele uyathola
sure
thothi mina bangibeka 8 to 9 yena bambeka maybe 11 to 12
sure
yabo akhala usisi ukuthi hayi man lento le make sense hayi uyadlala no elungimele nami ngizodlala what sometimes mina bengena transport bengena transport yabo nayo boleka imoto endini into eningi uyathola ngathi hayi asenze so that engasenze combination once
sure
sikhulume nalabantu laba sharp i1 hour bekuzwa ama 31 hour la bekoma 1 hour uzoshaya hour lakho nami ngishaya lami asenze wasingenza combination maybe sidlala 1 hour
sure
or sisha 1 hour bese bona bayabona ukuthi benzani after that sihlangane kanjalo ke sizame ukuqala yabo as practice no practice asithu namavanalo wami namavanalo wakhe amanye ayafana amanye awafani ama taste wethu music
sure
asibangene noSizwe sikhulume nalabo ukuthi amamela nayi elinye hour siyaliphula enhleke yabo asenze so kusho ukuthi u14 la kudlala i30 nami ngidlala i30 senze 1 hour
done
yathola after size vele farms sihlanganise noSizwe asingene Batman yabo masigene ayichazeka abantu mfana
because
my different vibes different spirit
because
different skill yathola
abakajwayele futhi no like leyo combination
yabona bancane abanye abantu amanye bancane uSizwe yabo ukuthi bamnandi kanjani
esathi crowd yakhe yathola
audience sincane zethu zidlala zethu basihlanganise mfana singene sibangene noSizwe so lapho ke yabona kwaba ibet kaSizwe versus 14 hayi sihlangane kanjalo sesiyapusha sithu abantu sebasifuna sithu
sure
wena futhi yasipana ke most likely aziye mbane nekasi bese develop nyana ke khona mayenza ama red square what yathola
banbiza
siyabizwa nama freshers ball yathola
sure
kunje so itube forced ivarli dathi nasa forced ngoba sifunda forced
which is something I would like ibalekile you know and like what are some of them the lessons you would say Maui one you learned and then obviously coming into a group because it's a whole dynamic like phela no man ku group senizoshare inyuku ye-gig
Samba.
compared to ekuqaleni bengidla
Uyithatha
ngiyi-one.
yonke iyi-one.
You understand? And a money group khona izinto enizovumelana ngazo khona izinto
Khona engeke, uyathola.
yeah, so what are some of those lessons ongasho ukuthi like you've sort of learned through leyo journey, both being a solo and being like in a group?
Uyathola.
Yeah.
Yona yazi ikufundisani mfana.
Sure.
Ungasipana nomunye umuntu ongamazi.
Yeah.
As long mara ama differences akhona everywhere.
Sure.
Sinokugura nayo le hey Brian sinokugura. Hey sinokugura hey. Ngidube.
Yeah.
Sifonelana after 10 minutes sihlangane vive solve ama issues.
Sure.
Sibonisana ukuthi amara nawe la yabo legini ngoba
Ulahlile.
benikhala so la ulahlile nami ngilahlile naso.
Sure.
Asiqhubeke ngespan uyathola.
Yeah.
Kanjani yabo ngike lezi zinto ezibhaya mfethu sharp sometimes ukuba one sometimes abanye baba greedy. Abafuna ukushare keke nabanye abantu. Uyathola. Mayabona noma manithi ninokubonisana into omunye ongayiboni ukuthi yabo masingazama ukwenza into so
Sure.
singawina maybe la.
Sure.
Wena ngithi ukuthi wena bona ukufocus ukuya le
Yeah.
yena ubone enye imbombo somewhere
Yeah.
ningene thothi niyabo
Yeah.
thola phela yabo njengoba besihamba sithu sesabane love sahlangana nale out be organize ama beach party sizidlalele ethethe
Sure.
nathi besine slow ethethe
Yeah. Yeah, ngiyakhumbula.
la uthi sizele izosipromote league ama patwa bese Rustenburg
Sure.
beso promote league la se Rustenburg isihlangane la uthi mayiza ngendlela imamela mixtape yethu lokho sadlala lapha bo
Ethethe.
ifone udemani ngicela abantu babone
Sure.
bangahambi ngakafika yabo mayifika isibone out isitshele ngithanda le endlala ngakhona next time ngizonifaka entweni zami
Yeah.
yabona sibe la ke sisibane nale out le sibe expose kubo bonke labo DJ laba ke nathi sharp
Sure.
we wishing ukuthi engathi ngingaba njengo Black Cover yabona
Yeah.
la uthi sithathe isondeze eduzane kwabo that's where yabona ke kube nama chance abaya abanye sazana through music wama record bars uyathola kuma final watwathi mara bo Black Cover ngithi hey bunga hey
Yeah.
hey bonke kube ne chance hey
Like beba too prominent, but like what I like with it, by the time beban book aboma Val Beach Party la benidlala khona next to abo Black Coffee beba khoti mara high like today.
yeah
Right? So sometimes besinokuzibuza ukuthi okay kuze kanjani throughout like I journey yenu ne, because you guys are one of the few people esicabanga ukuthi nathi bemele ngabe like nani niku level le yabo khona. So what do you think ukuthi kind of sort of like slacked down leyo moment of success ukuthi nigcine like nani at least nikulelo zinga lelo labo Black Coffee and all these other DJs abakula high standards abakuwo today?
Sometimes mfana nokuhlangana nabantu abarong
Sure.
abarong estradini nama promoter namanga nabantu abazokuthembisa izinto ezingeke
Yeah.
because bafuna ukukuuser for leyo moment ukuthi bagene into abafuna ukuyigena
Yeah.
deliver already da industry njalo
Yes.
so mara uyabona
Yeah.
manje angeke uphele umoya ngokuthi manje ubani wakubhayizisa
Sure.
kumele uyekele into yakho encanywayo thina nosizwa mshithi uthwela phila
Yeah.
uyawusipayizisile sohlangana nawo phambili
As long as nenza lento enithanda.
uyathola ivarally da uyathola
Sure.
kuya ngephashini yakho manje well bayasicava abantu ababhane but bazilokhu bazibuza into one ukuthi kanti nina wani
Yeah.
uyathola
Yeah.
so there's nothing ukuthi ngazi break it down mfana things happen
Yeah, that's true.
uyathola things happen in life
That's true. Okay.
manje ilife ikhawu kushithi uthwela phisi abangena
And any academy, because I remember like there was a time where like you were planning to start your own DJ school. What happened to that? Like, because I feel like also that could have given like a new direction to so many of the young kids they were passionate and like who were looking up to you.
yeah
You know, and it could have also saved a lot of kids from getting into things like drugs, you know, like the wrong substance that these kids are in. You know, because at those time it was only just itiski. And then when you started announcing Guti, you are building up the school, like it gave so many of us like the hope, which okay, if mina is changa at diski, nyangai. Yeah, so what happened? Why like little people little linga fezeganga alone in terms of like you opening up like academy school to sort of like push these young kids?
isikhathi mfana yabo uthi ubone isikhathi mfana
Yeah.
ngoba leso sikhathi lesi mangifuna ukuyivula bese siloko sibhizi kakhulu ne MSP
Sure.
so lo muntu azange siba bo DJ kuphela sesaba nezinye helping hand somewhere somehow
Oh, yeah.
wasithatha sikhayisinye ezinye ibhani manje sikhali sisestradini sometimes unokuhamba ngende whole week yathola
Yeah.
mangeke ukhothisa abantu uzobenzela
that's
into
true.
umuntu uyafika uzokulinda akakutholi yabona
Sure.
ukuthi bakanjani
Sure, okay.
totally into yasikhabatha ile yathola
Yeah.
ngoba mostly bengasaplometary
Hlezi out and
kani
about.
yabona sometimes unokuthola amagig
Nama-gigs.
Thursday yabona
Yeah.
besingekho expose kulawo magig yathola
Yeah.
nawo amagig Thursday uyadlala nawo amagig aninini uyayithola into
Yeah.
kanjani so but azobona makuyisikhathi
Yeah, because hopefully isikhathi sasekhona
Yeah.
because throughout these pandemics, I think that's why we're also having this moment, to give you your flowers,
Yeah.
as one of the legends, as one of the leaders, abaqale this movement. Because, like, we feel like if it wasn't for you, then ngabe mhlambe khane isaqala this thing,
So
but
wow.
you gave like a lot of people like little hope, and you showed them a possibility. If I can start something as small as it was by that time, when you didn't even have resources, you had to go your spana wenzeni so that uhlanganise lento ehlanganisayo, then you guys can do it too. As now today sekunama level box, sekunama promoters amaningi, doing these events things and trying to get into this music and DJing thing, So I wanted to ask you, best thing about DJing for when? What's the best thing about being a DJ?
Ngeke se-expose izinto kunama moments a-crazy mara hayi ake sise-expose
Okay, so maybe singathi yini ke kakhulu like wena that you would say you love about just being a DJ?
ne-access entweni ezibhayo
Sure.
nabantu
Sure.
abantu abaningi yathola naseyindaweni yathola awusobole nokujavisa abantu
Yeah,
uphethe amasolo ayingakanani
Yo.
200 uwabhekile uyawathatha wenza izinto eyifunayo
And funny enough, you speak of souls because I remember back in the days, like go Facebook, I would ask you, so kulama beshi like that which is something I learned from when you were concerned about the safety about when it comes to our events.
somva
Is it still the same like before, like Leo consideration or like just ukhathalela the fact ukuthi if people come to your event, they need to be safe as possible?
ivara lidambana angeke ngifuna ukuthatha imali zabo ngendaba nabo after
Sure.
because if angibenzi babe safe
Yeah.
next time angebeza
Yeah.
yathola
Yeah.
so umuntu makazojayiva endaweni yakho they know already ukuthi amanye laphana i-safety does safety first
Sure.
yabona ngali inyuku eza ngabantu
Sure.
if angibagayi safety ngizoba ngaphandle yathola back
Yeah,
that's why mangenza into mfana ngimake sure ukuthi involve namaphoyisa nama-security
so that
ne-community ukuthi ngiyazi angeke ngibe everywhere kikini
yeah.
uyathola
So you sort of need to have like a control.
uyathola ukuthi igigi mali lenzakala liva igrand lize liphelele igrand
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, no, it's been a journey. It's been a long one, And like I think into Sangstrakana today is the fact that you are still humble.
awamele uphile nabantu ntwana
We sustain kanjani because even today, like ucava abantu ababhaya, if omunye umuntu you'd be all over your head.
So
But you still lay a hand kwabanye abantu and say if udinga something ngikhona and even noma uvaya yekase estradeni I was begeli like with like I'm the best DJ or like I'm the DJ that's the cherry on top that
that's what
if Town would have to choose one DJ to go represent, we know that's you and CZ
So
for
far.
a fact.
So
Right?
far.
So how do you maintain that level of humbleness? Gule piko guye, because I still see you as like that DJ compared to also like you still have these annual events happening, which I want you to explain after this question. But how do you then maintain the level of humbleness with this fame happening around you? Yeah.
yabona mfana ngikutshela abantu abangenzile somvalo yathola
Yeah.
if ngizochomela labantu abangenzile
Sure.
ubani engizobuyela kuye futhi
Sure.
ngoba at the end ngizothi ngiyenza iphathi ngibe yi-one mangizobabhikeleki yabo no bakhona bodisha ababhikeleki
Yeah.
sibloma nabo abanye yathola
Yeah.
so manje angeke utshele umuntu ukuthi aphile kanjani yathola
Sure.
ngoba kuya ngokuthi mfana ukhule kanjani
Right.
ucabanga kanjani into zakho yathola kumele ngicabange sibaru asilingani uyathola manje abanye mfana ibangena ekhanda le top DJ abanye baze benza izinto ezirong uyathola and sometimes hayi bawuwe man the way ungakhona pheki iba phansi nabo mina ngeke makublomena ubone ukuthi lo DJ
next
and angeke ungize ngilokukhuluma kakhulu
yeah
ngiyazijulela ngizenzele into yakho ubona ngemovement bayenzaka ukuthi hey shit lo muntu ngilomblomena kanti uye lo muntu so
sure
wena
sure
and uthulile nje akanazo into eningi uyathola and socialize naye wonke umuntu uyathola
sure
ngoba like wonke umuntu umngane wami mfana yabo true amajita abo DJ uphakathi yabo cherry indwane encane uyathola lamaphoyisa yonke into bele abangani bambonke uyathola
so you try ukuthi everywhere la ufika khona
accommodate uyathola
unature wonke lawo ma relationships.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
Ngoba abanye bafuna attention yakho kumele unike umuntu attention umuzwa ukuthi uthini. Uyathola? If anginiki lo muntu attention kuzophuma igama lo seka arrogant.
Sure.
The next time oba arrogant uyayela.
Sure.
Ngoba everybody angeke asakuthanda ukuthi alo arrogant ithina uyakhohlwa ukuthi uphuma aphi la uyathola.
Yeah. I like the fact you did say ukuthi like it's people that have made you even like in the beginning of your career. Like it was people who would say yenza so you know nah platform nah in so like my 1000s you know but it's a community of people that are willing openly and genuinely to uplift good back uplift so most of us mase sesibona ngathi no hayi sesacaviwa nyana amakhanda yaduma sesifuna ama VIP section all the way
mina ngisiblomela nabantu mina anginasikhathi ukudlala mfana
asringe nge-annual event. You did one last of last week. Last of last week. When did you start Nama annual event? And like I wanted the process behind it, Nama challenges that you come across when organizing like Lama annual events. And from the last one where you brought Vinny, like what stood out from you and like how do you feel about the overall experience? I must say born with it's 2022 and I'm still here. The love is still the same. People came out in numbers. You know, even like how Vinny was just so chilled, you know, like to even like wait for his moment and his turn, and how he was just also enjoying like the space at that time. Which now when you see like something like that with you, even like the legends of the legends now, but when they come to my space, they feel at home. So annual events, when do you start? And then from the last one, how do you feel about the whole overall experience?
Annual events,
yeah.
So I have to come with different concepts.
Sure.
So the concept ngaqala ngokwenza i-birthday yami ngayenza for 3 days. I share 3 days part, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And usually it's you celebrating your birthday.
My birthday,
sure.
So yaba successful yabona. Zangayeka after the 3 days maybe ngayenza the following year after ngayeka uyathola.
Yeah.
Ngaqala ngiqale food last year.
Sure.
Ngoba abantu yibo bebaloko bakhala. Wena usenza ama-part bengasayenzi next ngitshela vara yabona. Ngicela ngokudlala endaweni yabona. But man sicela usenzele futhi la ma-part wakho bowenza. Cabanga nje something yabona. And we miss ispace sakho le-spiritual kuza kuzo. Sinama memories wethu yathola.
Var.
Yabo ayimani nami ngiyacabanga shit yabona abantu mabakhala kanje. Should basakufatela uyathola. Angicabange ngithatha amajita wakudala yathola.
Sure.
Bengizele endaweni ngihlangane namajita. Ngikhulume namawethu ami ngibili connection yathola. Sharp the only thing engenza ngiyabheka ukuthi abantu bathanda abantu ngiyenzakala into yathola.
Sure.
Into important ukuthi abantu ubanike lento abayifunayo yathola. Sharp this piano what hayi ukuthi ngiyalizonda yathola. Sharp the only thing engibonile for mina ukuthi ngangispanela ngadonsa amajita deep yathola but at the end if ungacheka ngiyamixa yonke into sharp iba namajita
because bekunayo yonke into
ibe nepiano ne hip hop bakakhona ukuthi hip hop uyangena yathola. Like ama memories bewenzakala
fantu
igdalo yathola. Ngoba bekhala yonke igenre music boyithola la kudala uyathola.
R&B, soul, kwaito,
yonke into yathola.
Deep house
uyathola. But mina wami yabona ngifocus ukwenza ngama Sunday kuphela mfana. shapa ama-Saturday night ngawe
lama Sunday
hayo mnandi
no like
athi ngene kamnandi ibhiya yakho mabasha abantu akazi yabo sure last year only to find out ngathola amajidam lawa akudala ebengibusha nasolkeni ugigs ngathola uhloti ngathola usipelete lo sekasipana no-fresh ngaringa no-Lebza u-Lebza the villain maybe besilanonyaka nje sihlangene no-Lebza yabo kwathi ngathi bangikhuluma naye waba ne-speak and freestyle ngathi angibizi ngizoze espacini sakho weza yaba successful yaba mnandi yathola.
And then Vinny like i-connection yakho naye how do you
uvina ngithi abantu bethu bakudala besibheke kuba ama-hotman so yabo masiloko sihamba siyahlangana viyevi sekuvuka ngithi sekunalento yama-final session so uyabona the old DJs siyahlangana futhi nabantu nabo-DJ abasha sharp awuvini ngimcabanga shit kunene-hotman le nami kanti ngi-inspire yathola athi ngeke ngilethe ekasi lami kayi-one izobless i-birthday yami yathola kayi-one i-birthday iza kayi-one phela kumele ube thankful kawe nokuyafikwa nama-COVID ayashaya yabona ngikhulume nohloti uhloti ade relax sokhulumela asomfara uhloti angenzela i-connection mfana amfonela athi hayi thatha naye napho ukulindile mfonela angimfonele hotman i-grant kanjani ngiringe nalo hotman sibe mnandi ngingitshela ngishaja so yenza so ngithi sharp ngilifakele i-deposit yami ngingitshela ukuthi angaloku uzi-stress mina-ke ses-on mina nawe ibe like kanjalo yathola waba into ehlangene kamnandi
so
wathi bakafika was like ungiletha ku-CW street dash leyakudala was the last time ngidlala impilo so
memory lanes nayo ubuyisele emuva
nangimisele emuva athi yes this is great fun and yabona ukuthi awuthe grand yakhotman fike early yasifikela early
correct
yathola yabona zange ifuna nokuthatha ama-gigabyte ngoba ikasi engalazo yathola ifuna ukuza kulo elfrustani is-enjoy yathola uyangitshela bengihlale ngidlula la ekhodi nawe kanjalo sihlangane novini awazwakala yaza upload kamnandi mfana yabo till today sangikhalele kodwa anything mawuqala ukuphinda something contact me mina ngikhona available ngeke ngokubhayizisa ngi-enjoyile le kasi bengingalazi mara ngiyalithanda le kasi yathola so anything ufuna if you want someone talk to me zokwenzela i-contact yabo that's how should mind abantu basekasi bebangiphatha grand zange bamenzeni kwenzakaleni
no beka safe because like makafika man kuvele i-atmosphere ivele ya-change you know because I remember besiblome etendeni thina then siyalibona nali uncle liyacrossa zange size sikholwe and in our heads we thinking okay obviously njengoba sikafike so sikazovela angene kuma-ones and gigs besavala but for the main fact ukuthi we got to see him like probably ufike wabloma boma-30 to an hour before azogame an hour before azogame azongena kuma-ones and two because makangena kuma-ones and two besesekumoshakele and amosha wes
angithi sambe bangabhelieve ake ngiphosta amanga mfana mina ever since kwabe angaze ngaphosta amanga
and you let your work speak for you
uyathola angaze ngaphosta amanga ngoba at the end bangizophosta amanga who's gonna believe in me
that's true
uyathola
that's true okay.
So they were like uyeke impela ngiyabathi ngithi awuye ndemoto uziblomele nje lapha kanasi into eningi uyathola ukuthi ufuna i-security hotman nje lisilelele relaxing noma liqeda ukudlala bo lisithathela isikhathi liziblomele before livayo uyathola.
And then like overall experience when like out of 10 how do you feel about like your annual young at 2022?
I be super I be cheese.
So that means next year we're getting another one.
Ngikutshela mina ngenza kayi-one igiga ngenza ama-gigabyte ngenza annually kuphela ngiphuma entweni
sure
sharp no kunama-demand amanye bafuna ngenze elinye igigi ngisacabanga alisiki ukuthi ngenzani wathola
right
maybe something nyane encane mara engekho so mara angazi ukuthi izoba kanjani wathola kodwa ngokuzitshela ukuthi ngenza something small endapha ibig
bese ihoti ne
man like already ngiziplanela for i-annual wami ya next year
already
ukuthi ubani ngimdonsayo ngenza ini imaphi ama-changes okumele ngiwenze futhi yathwala.
Why is that important ukuthi uqale no for prepare for March? I mean, sigu March already, but
Yeah.
you're already preparing for next year March. Why is that important when it comes to you?
Ngibheke nama-mistake mangabe ngiwenzile
Sure,
akuleli ne.
sure,
Kumele ngiwafixe kusase-early kusho ukuthi ngiyazi ukuthi yonke into yami se-on point ngesikhathi esiso.
sure,
If ngikhipha ama-deposits engiwakhiphile
sure.
yathwala.
All right.
Yonke into yami seyi-secured ukuthi ideko what seyi-secured
Yeah,
yathwala.
yeah.
Ngoba ama-last minute mfana azokwenza izinto edoma yathwala.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give then? Because someone, what advice would you give to someone who wants to start into this DJing career thing? You know, and like, what are some of the challenges that you've came across throughout this journey that you would say, even today, probably you're still going through them or you've overcome? One, what if someone wants to get into the DJing thing, how do they go about that? And then second, like, what challenges would you say with like you faced even through like now nalama annual as you plan this annual? What are those challenges?
Bo mafuna ungena mfana dane
Sure.
yangephashini yakho.
Sure.
Ungafuni ukupruvela abantu ipoint nokuthi ngokuzitshela ukuthi ngizongena akekho ozongitshela
Sure.
ama-politics akhona ivari nje leader
Yeah.
actually, but if uzothatha lama-politics wafaka ekhanda, oh you won't go anywhere and angeke wenze next.
Sure.
Ngoba manje unokuzondela ukuthi wena wenza i-annual kick yakho awufakanga umuntu ku-line up, umuntu akubeef up agijimele kuma-social media abhale into eziningi yathona.
Yeah.
So mazo-responda nawo i-social media iyakwenza iyakubulala phana.
Sure.
Mami niyabona ngobhala ngiyathula ngibheke ngiphume kuyo ngoba kusizi mangizophendulana nawe ngizoba doma mfana pheke.
Yes, uncle, ngifuna sibagayi cheat code, ne?
Yeah.
First step, ne?
Yeah.
Step 1.
Yeah.
Angizazi ukuthi obviously incosi
Yeah.
nayo ayiqala ivele sehamba.
Somba.
Yeah, ayiqala ikhase and then from there. So
Somba.
what would you say maybe are like according to it, ne?
Yeah.
Maybe 4 steps or 5 steps if someone wants to start getting into this DJing thing. The first step emela yenze.
Ngayisikele sakhona
Sure.
keleze ne. Shaba zami ukuzimaketha i-marketing
Sure.
important.
Sure.
Yathola.
Sure.
Sometimes sharp besinokudlala for free ivari leader.
Sure.
Badlala for free just ukumaketha igama lakho uzama ukulipush ibrand yakho
Sure.
yathola.
Okay.
Like kumele ube manje unique nyana mfana ungafani nabo bonke.
Sure.
Ube unique ibiyasibala.
So meaning don't ride on the trends just cause sekune piano nawe so piano.
Sharp ipiano nathi sadlala ivari.
Yeah.
Mina ngiyadlala yathola.
Yeah.
But angithi ngisijuzela ukuthi ngithanda ini.
Sure.
And manje mawuya-check-a bangilebula ngaleyo nto leyo abantu. Mangifika ngidlala ukuthi nayi lo muntu siyazi makuzongena umuntu oso uzodlala into eso. Angeke sidlale into e-one song.
Sure.
Ngoba iphathi izobhora yathola.
Yeah. Right.
Ukuthi kumele uthole ilebula yakho ukuthi abantu bazokulebula ngani kuphela. Yathola.
Yeah. And then challenges.
Ayabhaya yo. Ayabhaya yo. Hayi banokufuna ukukusabotaja yabo nana ama-challenges.
So yasho nje ukuthi labo mele ubagade.
Mele ubagade mfane mazofaka bonana kakhulu ezokhabatheka phela. Azokhabatheka.
Sure.
Bonana. Hayi. Angali mawungena abanye yabo abanye bangena for wrong reason for abucheri.
Sure.
Vare leader.
Yeah.
Kuthi ngifuna ukuduma ebuchereni mina. Kanti at the end abucheri bazokuyisa. Ngoba kuzoba nama-pregnancy unnecessary abhaya. Nani ezibhaya sebathi uripile
Yeah, no, abantu mele basibheke.
Mele usibheke
That's true.
sharp namajita-ke khona amajita jealous phela
Sure.
ayikho into ozoyenza abo for ukuthi uwe
Sure.
yabo manje ayikho shayibhoma ezinye izinto
Uzenzele into yakho.
uzenzele ufocus into yakho it's either uyawina or uyalose
Sure.
ikanjalo
Sure.
yabo not ukuthi every time uzodlala uwina.
Yeah, that's true.
Yabo
That's true.
unokubena igigi kunetha imvula yabona kusoluze emalini soyikhiphile ebantwini.
Those are some of the challenges.
Uyathola.
Yeah, no.
Nini naku sebabize ama-metro avala igig lakho uyathola
Because awenzanga izinto right.
izinto right yathola yiko kumele ulandele wonke ama-channel uma wenza something ukuthi kumele ngilandele ama-channel asokuze noma bangathi ubani ukuthi wenzani.
Sure.
siyabangena uyathola.
That's why it's important to start planning early, ne?
Yeah.
Prepare early so that
Ukuze ezinye izinto ongazazi uzijampile uzimisile uyathola.
Okay, makes sense.
Yabo mina ngisibana kanjalo. Iko mangocheck amangenza igig mina nginvolve ngumuntu ngoba kuselami ngiyi-1.
Sure. No, uncle, mina nje ngithanda ukubonga isikhathi sakho for the fact ukuthi finally like this happened. I know ukuthi like whoever that's going to watch or listen to this podcast will feel inspired, you know. And also for the main fact, like we said, with COVID, we never really get a chance to give you guys flowers when in Sapi. Sinkhumbula seni, hey, maro uncle, you're spanbani, aleka. So I don't want that. I want zonke or wonke amahotman amankel wam, the people that have been like a backbone of what Ikasletu is today in terms of vibes, in terms of development, in terms of talents, in terms of music, in terms of whatever that we might think ends with Ikasletu progress. So you guys are like the founding fathers of that, you know. And I would like to say thank you, you know, for le role edlalile, because had it been bekungasiyini already le ndawo bayilebula as ama-plus. Yeah, you know.
Manje iplazi liletha bonke ke lapha uyathola. Iplazi lethu hayi lethu. Bele siliphakamise thina sele.
So you guys
are abantu bebandlula la. Phela yibe bangayibona ukuyibona.
Sure.
Ngabovina bobandi indawo.
Sure.
He was like him. I was always passing Colin away. I didn't know there was such a place. Ngiyamtshela ukuthi abheka atmosphere yiyo imnandi. Nabo Claude abo bangacheck amachita yabuya siphinda phinda.
Sure.
Babona the way mabazenga baphathwa grand uyathola bakaze bekubayenzakalelwe into edoma yabo.
Sure.
Noma i-crowd ingaba kangakanani angayibe iningi. Yenze riot angayibe. Siyaphusha ukuthi lo muntu ozile bamwelcome afile like umuntu esanda lekasileli
can come back anytime.
Ade zonke izinto bebazenzeke sothi nangayizenze.
Sure.
Kodwa ngeke ubuye kayi.
Na thina siyabonga for just being you know, and hopefully like may you remain as humble as you are, and may you always continue supporting and giving your hand, you know, to the next generation, you know, with like they need a sort of light or direction in coming into these spaces. And may your annual events nazo is cool, you know. Keep growing every now and then, like when you host uNkulunkulu ahlezi akubusisile, you know. Siyabonga for everything that you've done for the hood. Where can people catch you on social media? No, let's say someone like listens to this, but they want to book you here. How do they go about it?
Management.
Alright, so it means for now that you just hit me up and then yeah, man. So
I hope next time.
Most definitely. So shy part 2, so that
part 2
because we'd also like to hear Ijeni yakho naye fully now as a group, right? So hopefully we will have a part 2 and he'll agree to do something like that. Because ngiyazi ukuthi abantu abaningi they a bit skeptical. Afuna my camera hey. Lezo zinto le.
Yes. Tuesday's busy nge-birthday kaSizwe.
Sure. Happy birthday to Uncle Sizwe as well naye.
Mara si celebrate Tuesday White House. Kona ama Tuesdays wavulile ngada isothi eMidlands.
Okay.
Ayapomba pool party.
So hopefully see drop by before Tuesday so that people know where they can catch you guys there. Alright, and then this week gig guides nothing.
Selawin. Saturday
Selawin. Saturday is tomorrow.
Saturday, yes, tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Otherwise sohlangana estradi.
What a pain. I think with that said, this brings us to the end of the episode. Shout outs to you who's going to get a chance to listen or watch this episode. This is going to be one of my favorite episodes to upload and edit. But you also know, if you want to get in touch or engage with our content, you can follow us on our social media platforms. On Instagram, it's TPJ_podcast. Facebook, The People's Journal Podcast. YouTube, The People's Journal Podcast. And then you can also listen to this episode on Spotify and all these other streaming platforms. With that said, I think what I'm taking away from this is that if you have a gift, if you are talented about something, ukuthi unani or awunani silizwile uncle, he'd go kuma Soul Cane and go ask, find out information. do the same thing. Do your research. Go out there. Talk to people. Let's stop this thing, especially as young people. We know everything. We don't. Let's ask questions. But indlela ibuza ngoba phambili. Right? So if you want, like, at least to get somewhere in life, humble yourself and don't be afraid to ask. Because with that said, I'll catch you on the other side, and don't forget to be great.